Good day, everyone. Uh, I am Kir Jamal F. Promise, and I am your STS instructor. I am a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Biology in Batangas State University. My major is marine biology. Yes, it's marine biology. I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure because there's I have taken a lot of specialized course. Histology, I took sa food and microbiology, yeah. I took a lot of specialized course, but I'm just going to assume that my major is marine biology because our school totally focus on marine biology. No, so madaming almost lagpas anim ang course mga subject na tinake ko regarding marine biology. Yeah. So, 'yon. I am. I repeat. I am Kirjamal F. Promise. This is our first recorded video, and I hope that you watch this slides. You read the slides. I'll be sending. I'll be sending the modules next meeting, face to face. Okay. So for our module one, we would tackle Uh, we would tackle historical antecedents in which social consideration changed the course of science. So, before we begin, uh, what is STS? What is STS? So, STS is um, Science, Technology, and Society, STS, examine the dynamic interplay in which social needs, values, institution, and power relation shapes the direction and application of scientific inquiry and technological innovation. Historical antecedents demonstrate that advances rarely occur in isolation. They respond to practical demands for security, governance, health, defense, trade, cultural meaning. Recognizing this interaction reveals why certain lines of inquiry advance while others were constrained or redirected by prevailing social condition. So, at this phrase, at this paragraph, uh, the definition itself portray that science is directly affected by what's happening around us. Um, we tend to advance or deteriorate, right? So, for example, in farming, no, yung mga unang scientists natin, the farmers, they try to breed a certain crops na para maging resilient siya sa disease. Through breeding yon, wala pa yung ano ginagamit na may mga ginagamit ng equipments. Through breeding yon, it take years bago magawa through breeding para maging diverse ang genetic genes ng plants, no? Yun yung ginawa nila for technological innovation regarding with the advancement of agriculture back then. Ngayon may ginagamit na tayong mga equipments and I will discuss it probably in module 8 or no, not module 8, mga module 9 to 13 nandun yung part na yon regarding sa biotechnology and gene editing. I will discuss it. Okay? So, in ancient world. In ancient world, complex societies and rivers, valleys, and early states developed mathematics, astronomy, engineering, and administrative techniques primarily to solve collective problems of irrigation, cylindrical regulation, monumental construction, and labor determined which forms of knowledge receive patronage and institutional support, embedding scientific practice within political and religional frameworks. So, ano ba yung in ancient world daw, ginamit, yung innovation nila is more on mathematics and astronomy because wala pa nung clock, they used to to watch the skies to determine the time. They used astronomy, yung heavenly bodies ang ano nila, ang direction nila, ang ano ng oras, yon. Yun yung ano nila, pointers. So engineering, they try to create certain buildings to make agriculture more progressive, like irrigation. Makikita mo yung engineering ng during the Egyptian period. Magandang ano ng ano ng ng engineering, mga engineers ng ng early Egyptians yung gumawa ng pyramid because it's actually advanced na. Baka nagkaroon ng knowledge gap, hindi natin na-maintain or what, no? In the modern ages, expanding commerce, the rise of nation-state, religious and intellectual reform movements, industrial capitalism, and later global conflicts and democratic aspiration accelerated the professionalization and application of science. National prestige integrated theoretical science more closely with technology, transforming both the organization of knowledge and everyday life. In the Philippines, indigenous knowledge system adopted to local environments through herbal medicine, maritime technology, metallurgy, weaving and terrace, agriculture long before external contact, successive colonial regimes redirected scientific and technical efforts toward resource inventories, public health, and education that serve imperial priorities. While post independence policies increasingly framed science and technology as instrument of national development, self reliance, and social equity. Yun. That's the importance of that's what happened during back then. No, it's more on the ancient world and in the Philippines regarding with our indigenous knowledge. For example, the rice terraces, no, yung paggawa nila nun. So we have ancient times. Um, ancient times during the Mesopotamian period. Social demands for reliable food production in arid environments led Mesopotamian society to invent large-scale irrigation systems. This work required surveying, mathematics, and organized labor, elevating the status of scribes and stimulating early quantitative knowledge. Egyptian and political and religious emphasis on divine kingship and the afterlife drove monumental stone architecture, pyramid construction, demanded precise geometry, astronomical orientation, and sophisticated logistic linking, scientific practice, directly to state ideology and social hierarchy, Greek city-state city-state, cultured, valued, political, public debate, and leisures for free male citizens. This social environment encouraged natural philosophy, systematic rational explanation of the physical world, producing lasting theoretical tradition that later influenced Alexandria and beyond. The widespread use of slaves labor in many classical societies reduced economic incentives for labor saving mechanical inventions in certain domains, channeling intellectual energy more toward theoretical than applied technical innovation. Chinese imperial administration required accurate calendars, standardized measures, and technology for governance and defense. State patronage support advances such as paper, the magnetic compass, and early seismographic devices. Long distance trade networks across the ancient Mediterranean, Indian Ocean, and transmission, metallurgical techniques, writing systems, and agricultural knowledge functioning as social channels for technological divisions. So during the Mesopotamian period, they totally focus on agricultural cycles and religious festival and royal legitimacy. Yun yun. Sunod during naman sa Egyptian naman, yung ano nila, innovation nila focuses on theoretic society focus on the Nile's flood, monumental architecture and afterlife belief. Yun yung ano nila, yung dun nagfo-focus ang kanilang technology. Sa Nile's flood because they totally depend on Nile River for their agriculture, monumental architecture for their kings and queens, and afterlife beliefs for their religion. Yan, clear yan ha? So we have ancient times. Uh this is the part of as you can see the Egyptian period, the illustrations. Yan. Ito yung makikita mo during sa mga ano nila statues, sa mga walls ng buildings nila, yung mga ganyan, mga sculpture. So we have middle and medieval age. So following the decline of centralized Roman authority in the West, monasteries become vital social institutions that preserve classical texts, maintained literacy, and transmitted technical knowledge through the early medieval centuries. Agrarian social needs produced the heavy plow, horse color, and improved field system. This innovation increased agricultural productivity, supported population growth, and reshape rural social organizations. Islamic societies valued translations, movement, caliphal patronage, and practical application of knowledge. Centers such as Baghdad and Cordoba conserved and expanded Greek, Indian, and Persian learning in medicine, astronomy, mathematics, and engineering. The emergence of university in medieval Europe created new institutional spaces for the systematic study of natural philosophy, even as inquiry was subordinated to theological frameworks. Military and defensive requirements of feudal society encouraged advances in fortification, metallurgy, and the eventual adoption and refinement of gunpowder weapons. The mechanical clock arose in response to social needs for regulated time in monastic observance and growing urban commerce, gradually transforming collective conceptions of time, trade, pilgrimage, and conflict facilitated the transfer of papermaking, advanced mathematical techniques, and medical knowledge from the Islamic world into Latin Europe. Crafts guilds regulated the transmission of technical skill. While they protected knowledge and quality, they sometimes slowed broader diffusion and innovation. Demographic shocks such as the Black Death recreated labor shortages that increased social pressure for labor saving devices and changes in production methods. Medieval science and technology were neither static nor purely theoretical. Religion and economic, military, and educational institution continuously shape what knowledge was valued and preserved and applied. So this is the example of this is an image of the Catholic Church, and as you can see, this is astronomy, which actually improved during that time. So for the modern ages, so we have scientific revolution itself, the printing press, writing, rising literacy. We have commercialism and capitalism and reformation, challenge to authority, new social spaces, academe salons, and correspondent networks. So, we have nagkaroon ng traditional university, nag-circulate na sa traditional university and church hierarchies. Galileo conflict with the church exemplifies how social and institutional power redirected science. His telescopic observation challenged Aristotelian Ptolemaic cosmology endorsed by both academic and religious authorities. social pressure to maintain doctrinal unity, forced public recantation, and delayed open acceptance and heliocentrism in Catholic religion. The rise and recovery of classical texts, combined with the social rise of urban merchants, classes, and humanism, created a climate more receptive to empirical observation and to challenges to traditional authority. The printing press, emerging amid rising literacy demands and commercial opportunity, rapidly multiplied the circulation of scientific ideas and weakened monopolies on knowledge. Religious reform movements and ensuing conflicts generated social upheaval that both loosened some constraint on inquiry and produced new ideological contests over cosmology and method. Expanding European states sought navigational accuracy, prestige, and practical advantage. These social and political goals provided patronage that supported the scientific revolution, mathematical and experimental approach. Industrialization responded to social and economic pressures for greater production and cheaper energy. Steam, power, and mechanization both arose from further transformed labor relation, urbanization, and class structures. 19th century professionalization through scientific societies, journals, and university laboratories reflected the growing social value placed on specialized expertise for industry, medicine, and national power. Colonial expansion supplied new data and practical problems while imposing European scientific frameworks illustrating how imperial social relation directed research priorities. 20th century world wars and subsequent geopolitical competition channeled massive social resources into physics, chemistry, computing, and aerospace, demonstrating the capacity of conflict to accelerate selected scientific trajectories, public health movements, labor reforms, and later environmental concerns. This is an example is the project of Elon Musk, yung project niya to go to Mars, SpaceX, yun, another way for us to be intergalactic species is the term, right? Yun. Yung project ni Prince William regarding his organization about Earthshot that helps our environment. For example, yung paggawa ng mga bioplastics made from crabs, no, paggawa ng mga leather using biodegradable leathers which can lower the the waste product um that the fashion industry produce, no, kasi nagiging problem na rin yung mga damit na synthetic because ang tagal niyang mabulok. Pag minsan nga hindi patay na tayong lahat, ang yung damit na sinuot mo hindi pa. Kaya mas maganda sana na yung mga sinusuot nating damit is actually biodegradable. Yung na ano, so you buy again, no? Magbili na lang ulit or make it ano na lang, make it cheaper kaysa naman yung next generation ang mag-suffer due to our negligence, due to our mistakes, yung mga due to the mistake of our ancestor, the mistake of our parents, tayo yung nag-suffer, no? Tayo yung naapektuhan. Kaya much better na maging futuristic na tayo as a as a Gen Z, as a millennial, we have to be futuristic enough na yung dapat mga innovation natin is kunyari 200 years later, 100 years later, no, maging futuristic tayo ng mga ginagawa natin na dapat ang apekto nun di siya makakaano sa mga future generation, sa anak ng anak mo, anak ng anak natin, na yun dapat ang ano natin dito, it's actually ang layo na pero share ko lang, SKL, na. So, that's our lesson for module 1. Thank you and have a nice day. So, regarding with your ano, hindi pa tayo nag-meet but I've already recorded our module 1. Yan. I'll be sending this to you and ma-lesson pa si sir, mga additional knowledge. Okay? Thank you and have a nice day.